nuestro saludo para todos y por supuesto pónganse cómodos que vamos a iniciar ya nuestra conversación con Doro en Conexión Rock Radio. Para la gente que nos está escuchando en Latinoamérica, resto del mundo, los que nos están escuchando a nivel de Latinoamérica, solo le dan clic donde dice Open Chat New Window, ahí se va a activar una página de chat. De igual forma nuestro saludo a la gente en Europa. Para los fans, for the fans around the world, this is Conexión Rock Radio. In this live interview we have a special, very special guest, Doro Pesch. Así que vamos a iniciar ya lo que es nuestra plática. ¡Hasta Alemania! ¡Vámonos! Ya en estos momentos va a sonar ya la comunicación y que por supuesto... Hello, Doro Pesch.
Hola. Yeah.
Doro, how are you? This is Johonny González from Conexion Rock Radio from Honduras, Central America. It's a great honor to talk to you in this live interview. Welcome.
Yes, thank you so much. I think that's my very first interview with Honduras. I'm very excited.
I am too. I'm too very excited. For me, it's a great honor to talk to Metal Queen here in Latin America.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much for these kind words. Yeah, that's great. And wow, yeah. Is it radio or online? Just that I know.
Yes, it's a radio. It's an online radio from Tegucigalpa, Honduras, Central America.
Oh, fantastico.
Yes. Bueno, señoras y señores, tenemos en vivo ya a Doro Pesch, así que es un gran honor que nos estén acompañando y que por supuesto preparen sus saludos y sus preguntas para nuestra invitada de honor aquí en Conexión Rock Radio. Doro, first, let's congratulate you. 30 years in a career like yours is not every day. And now it's time to celebrate so high. Recently you released a triple DVD called Strong Approach, 20 years of rock and metal with very special guests. Udo Dirk-Snyder, Blaze, Joakim from Sabaton, Lordi, and another great artist. How was the experience of make this live show for your celebration in your life of metal?
Yeah, actually, man, I can't believe it that it's almost, that it's over 30 years now, and it was great. We celebrated one whole year, and of course, I wanted to have all my friends, all my heroes, like celebrating with us, and we did we recorded all over the world, and we started in Wacken, which is one of my favorite festivals in the world. I'm sure you guys heard about Wacken, right? The big metal festival. And that's when we started the 30th anniversary, and then we went all over the world, and with so many guests, and it took about 1.5 years to make the DVD, to make it really high quality and top notch, the sound, the visual things, like the documentary. It's a 2-hour documentary on it. It's called Behind the Curtain, Inside the Heart of Doro. So for fans who know everything about us, but I wanted to have something what is really unique and really interesting for the diehard fans who know everything, who have all the material, and to have something extra special for the 30th anniversary. Yeah.
Wow! Please make the translation for the quick translation for the fans here in America. Doro me está comentando acerca de esta celebración muy especial, de que ella se encuentra muy feliz, de que todo pues ha sido una celebración muy especial, juntar a sus amigos de toda una vida en un escenario no se da de todos los días, y que por supuesto todo esto empezó desde la celebración en el concierto, en el gran festival del Wacken Open Air, y que de repente pues toda esa comunión entre los artistas, los invitados, la banda, el público ha provocado un efecto muy especial en esta celebración de 30 años que está llevando Doro Pesch, y que por supuesto ustedes lo van a poder constatar en vivo, cada detalle a detalle, en este nuevo triple DVD que ella ya ha sacado, y que precisamente estamos conversando de esto aquí en Conexión Rock Radio. Así que pues por ahí ya vamos a tener algunos saludos para Doro. Doro, the next question, you have also our EP called Love's Gone to Hell. We define the collaboration of the grand Hansi Kürsch from Blind Guardian and of course the great Lemmy from Motorhead. My deep respect for Lemmy, friend in America, for the heavens. Many fans wait a new album in 2070, or you continue to make the celebration of your 30th anniversary. What details can you share about this?
Yeah, actually, we are working on a new record, and it's we have already 5 songs which I think are killer. One song is written for Lemmy, and the work title is called "Living Life to the Fullest." And I was just writing the lyrics last night. I think it's a beautiful song, and and 5 songs are done, and we probably need another 8, 9 songs. I always want to have like 13, 14 songs on the record. So next year I definitely want to finish it, and then it's in the making. And Love's Gone to Hell was like one of the first songs we wrote, and I thought, man, it has so much magic. I want to put it out as a single because, you don't know what will happen in 1 year, and I wanted to use the magic of the momentum. So that's the reason why we put out Love's Gone to Hell and did like 2 video clips for it. And this will be on the new record as well. But I thought, I wanna have something out now. It's sometimes you have to go with your heart, you have to go with your gut, and then that's the reason why the little single came out.
Oh my God, it's very interesting about this. Doro dice que acerca del trabajo de este EP, que es, si se puede decir, como un adelanto, pues dice que ella está trabajando ya el nuevo material para el próximo año 2017. 5 canciones y por ahí algún material en vivo son los que complementan este EP llamado Love's Gone to Hell, y que pues por ahí pues ha sido muy interesante la participación de los invitados en esta oportunidad. Estamos hablando de Hansi Kürsch de Blind Guardian, que participa en el track Lordi, que es completamente en vivo, y por supuesto la gran colaboración que ha tenido Lemmy en el tema Is Still Hearts, que por supuesto es la balada que compone en este álbum, y que por supuesto ella ha dicho de que todo el proceso de creación de este EP, de estas canciones, ha sido muy pero muy mágico, y que esperen pues por ahí a los fans que pueden haber algunas sorpresas en el próximo año. Es lo que nos comenta Doro Pesch aquí en Conexión Rock Radio. Doro, my dear friends, Pepe Gomez Ramirez from Spain sends greeting for you. She's happy here in this live interview from Spain to Germany.
Thank you so much. Muy bien, muy bien. That's great. Yeah, Spain is one of our biggest die-hard fan bases, and I was first time in Spain in 1986. There was the big tour with Judas Priest, and we had the great chance to open up for Priest, and ever since there's a deep connection, a deep relationship, especially with the Spanish fans. So I want to say hi back, and all the best. And I love playing in Spain. They have so much passion, and and in South America the people, they know about metal. It's so the attitude. It's like it's so true to metal. I love that, and and I highly appreciate like the energy, the loyalty, the love. That's it's awesome. I'm so grateful.
Oh, it's very awesome, Doro, muy precioso en Spanish. Me dice, bueno, hasta Verónica Santiago también está feliz escuchando. Gracias, chicas, por estar escuchando aquí esta entrevista muy, pero muy especial con Doro Pesch en Conexión Rock Radio. Esta exclusiva aquí en Latinoamérica. Doro, let's talk about the video Love's Gone to Hell. And of course, it's the name of the EP. The public reception has very good, especially for the issue of the matter of the video, the theme of the video. It's a relationship of love, jealousy, hatred. What's the idea to make the history in this video, or what some personal experience on the past?
Yeah, actually, definitely some personal experiences, and sometimes a love relationship started out great, and then it totally turned into a total disaster. So I think many people know what I'm talking about, and it's a realistic story, and I had many experiences like that where I thought, this is it, and then a couple of years later it went to hell. So that's the reason why we thought the Love's Gone to Hell lyrics, they're so truthful, and then we wanted to do the theme of the video like the lyrics in the song.
Yeah. And
we did two versions. One version is story and performance, and then I delivered the video to the record company and said, there's a little bit too much blood in it and too much violence. Let's do one version where, you can, let your kids see it as well. Like, when 7-8-year-old, metal fans want to see it. And I thought, okay, let's do two versions. So one version is more or less performance in a nice castle, and the other one is like the story and performance. And and I'm happy with both. I think they both came out great. It was the longest video shoot we've ever done, like 5 days filming and so many days cutting. But we did it, because I thought the song has so much class, and I wanted to have a top-notch video, what we were used like in the 80s or 90s, and I think for a normal rock, punk, like speed metal song, you can do something maybe, like with a little camera, or black and white, but in that case, with that song, I thought it needs something really, really, top-notch, like high quality, which looks expensive, feels expensive, and that's actually the song always takes the lead, whatever it will be,
Wow, escuchen lo que dice Doro acerca de este video, que es lo que estamos sonando, que se llama Love Goes to Hell. Escuchen. Que por cierto tiene video en su YouTube oficial. Bueno, ella dice de que sí. La temática del video ha sido en relación a una experiencia pasada. La temática, cuando comenzaron a hacer las ideas para el video, lo tuvieron que hacer así, en una relación de amor, odio y posiblemente pues con mucha violencia, que quizás estaban pensando en hacer la idea, pero que de repente cuajaba muy bien esos ingredientes en un video, y que de repente pues las cosas comenzaron a verse de una forma muy diferente a lo que quizás en algún momento temían, pues alguna reacción positiva, pero reacción negativa, pero al final de cuentas fue una reacción positiva, y utilizaron pues el recurso de utilizar lo que es la parte en blanco y negro, que ha sido pues el llamativo de este interesante video, que se llama Love Goes to Hell, y que lo pueden ver por ahí en su canal oficial de YouTube. Doro, let's talk about your history. After the Warlock split up, you started a solo career late in the 90s. Force Majeure was your debut like a soloist. Several albums and concerts are part of the legacy over 20 years in the metal. What is your perspective of all these years until today?
Actually, I'm so glad that you asked that question, because actually with the Warlock thing, we never really split up. It was never my intention to do a solo career, but back then we lost our name Warlock to our manager, to our first manager. He died actually a couple of years ago, and I was fighting 20 years to get the rights to the name back, and a couple of years ago I got the rights to the name back. But in 1989 we tried to put the Force Majeure record out under the name Warlock, and we got in so much trouble. We went to court a couple of times, and because we were, I guess, looking like metal kids, the judge was like such an, he was like, I don't know what he was thinking, but he gave the manager the name, and even though, it was not right at all, so I started kicking and screaming in the courtroom, and then I got removed, and then we lost the name Warlock. So that's the reason why it was called Doro. I never planned a solo career, and now next year there's the 30-year anniversary of the Triumph and Agony album, which is one of my favorite Warlock records, and I definitely want to do something with it, maybe play the whole record or do some big celebrations playing that record under the name Warlock. But I'm so glad you asked me, because I never intended a solo career. It was just the record company said, okay, then let's call call it Doro. Maybe the fans will know who it is. And it was a disaster for us back then. It was heartbreaking. So, yeah, that's the music business. We were all kids, wanted to do music, having fun, and then then the music business did what I guess many bands experienced. It's shady people and people who are not interested in the band or in the music. It's sometimes all about business, and our merchandiser, he was our manager, he was the merchandiser. That was the reason why he was interested in keeping the name for himself. So that's the reason why we didn't use the name Warlock anymore. And so I'm so glad you asked me that the fans know what was going on.
Ok, escuchen lo que ella comenta en relación a lo que ha sido la historia de ella en sus inicios. Como ustedes saben, pues a finales de los 80s Warlock se separa. Entonces pues se dio la idea de que pues ella continuara con una nueva formación, o sea, continuar llevando el nombre de Warlock con una nueva formación, cosa que se le impidió. Entonces pues se dieron las ideas para que ella iniciara una carrera como solista. Ella en realidad se nos adelantó a la siguiente pregunta de cómo iba a ser ese inicio. Por supuesto, Force Majeure en el 89 sería su primer trabajo discográfico, su debut. Ella comentaba de que nadie estaba apostando por ella, de que nadie tenía la atención debida para fijarse en una banda como ella, en el caso lanzándose como solista. Su manager pues recién había fallecido y de repente pues consultando con su equipo de abogados le recomendaron mejor dejar el nombre Warlock por fuera y por supuesto llevar algunas canciones que han sido parte de ese legado. Ha sido muy dolorosa la separación, ella lo ha dicho, y que por supuesto pues aún mantiene muy buenos recuerdos de esos días con Warlock, que es lo que nos comenta Doro Pesch en esta interesante entrevista para Conexión Rock Radio en exclusiva para América, España, resto del mundo. Doro, it's a very interesting thing about Force Majeure. And of course, you tell me was a upcoming album for Warlock, but the legal problems, the project stops, and of course you begin a solo career. Many fans think the Force Majeure maybe mark a line parallel for Warlock. What is your appreciation for this?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Triumph and Agony, that had so much magic. It was so great, and we tried, to top it. But I think the Force Majeure record, it was a great record. But I felt, man, the Triumph and Agony record was kind of unreachable. It was like had so much magic, so many magical songs. And when we did Force Majeure, it was actually in '89. It was difficult to reach that level of the Triumph and Agony album. There was so much pressure. Of course, the record company, like so many people, they put so much pressure on you that it's sometimes hard to come up with ideas. I love when it's just flowing out of your soul, and then sometimes when people, put like pressure on, then, the whole creative process gets like, very difficult. So I think it was a great record, but I think the Triumph and Agony album had more magic, and yeah, it was tough to continue with like the all the legal problems what I told you before. It was a very hard record to make, I must say. And yeah, even though it was very successful, but I felt, man, yeah, Triumph and Agony had, I don't know, everything fell into place, the album cover, the artwork, the sound, the songs, the time, of course, it was in '87, it was like the high of heavy metal in, for us. And then I felt in '89, '90, you could already feel there was like a little climate change. In '91, I really realized like, oh man, grunge is making it so huge. So it was like a yeah, it was a different feeling. But we tried our best. I always try my best with, always. But yeah, it was more difficult to make that record.
Uh-huh. Dice ella de que quizás ha sido una etapa muy difícil empezando a hacer una línea paralela a lo que ha sido Warlock. Ella ha determinado continuar con la magia que ha tenido pues anteriormente con esta banda y que se ha encontrado pues con una muy buenísima recepción. El disco debut ha sido muy bien aceptado por muchos y que pues marcaba el punto de partida de una historia muy interesante. Aquello pues era algo mágico y que aún se conserva la magia después de muchos años, cosa que pues para ella lo mira como un punto muy pero muy especial dentro de la vida de lo que ha sido pues, o de lo que es, mejor dicho, Doro en la actualidad. Y por supuesto te mandan algunos saludos, Doro. From Spain, my dear friend Pepe Gomez Ramirez, and of course your husband Rafa from Catalonia, Spain. Rafa is a drummer of a metal band here in Catalonia called Noctambules. Sends greeting for you and of course congratulations. They are happy listening to interview.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, amigos para siempre, and all the best. And thank you so much for these nice words. This is great. And please say hi back. And all the best. Big hugs. Big kisses. And yeah.
Ya escuchaste, Pepi. Rafa, gracias por estar en sintonía con nosotros. My friend Gabriela Urquieta from La Paz, Bolivia sends greeting for you. Congratulations. Long life to the Metal Queen.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm very touched by it so much. That's great. That's fantastical. And yeah, it means so much to me, I tell you. That's the reason why I always want to go on making music, no matter what it takes, no matter what, like for people who have the same passion for music. That's art. I love that. And I want to say thank you for all the support of all these great people, the radio, the journalists, like the fans. It's for me, it's always an honor to play live, always, and I always try, to put it, to give it 150% because it is, it's a great chance, great honor every day, every concert, small or big or festival or small clubs, but thanks to the tremendous support, it's awesome.
Yes, it's very, very awesome and of course very special. How the presence on a stage like a person like you, Doro. You are a special person. You have the love of everyone.
Yes, wow. Yeah, I'm very humbled by it. I tell you, it's awesome, and and that love goes vice versa. It's always like when I feel good feedback, then I feel, oh God, I can sing 10,000 times better. That's the reason why I think the live records or the DVDs, it's always better than any studio record because I need the energy of the people, the fans. That's like, that's to me what metal is all about. And yeah, but it's so awesome. I'm so happy. God, yeah. I always want to do music. I never even thought that we would do it more than 4 or 5 years, and now I can do it over 30 years, because of the great fans and the great support. It's very sacred to me, I tell you.
It's a very special word for you. It's for me. It's very, very special. Doro, in some songs from your setlist of the concerts, we find classical Warlock songs, How We Are, Metal Tango, Burned the Witches, but none for Humor, especially for the phrase in Spanish, hay una promesa en el sonido. You can speak perfect Spanish?
Oh, no, not perfect. I can understand a lot, just a little bit, and the most important things like os quiero metaleros, and and una gran familia del heavy metal, something like that stuff. The most important things.
Escuchen, es que esto is a very interesting about when you sing this part in For Himmer. Hay una promesa en el sonido. I wonder, I think Doro speaks Spanish very well. I think.
Actually, when I told you before that we were on tour with Judas Priest in 1986, and when we played in Spain the first time, I felt something what I never felt before from the fans. It was so much power and energy, passion and love. And then when I wrote Für immer, that was the first German song, and then I said I want to have a Spanish sentence in the song, and actually it was somebody who was tweaking our Marshall amps, to make them even louder and better sounding. And then I said I want to have the Spanish sentence, which which is like the meaning of the song, and and then he told me that sentence, and I said, are you sure that's good? He said, yes, it's perfect, believe me, trust me. And then I said it, and it was totally dead on, and I'm so happy, so but that was because I was so inspired by our first time being in Spain. It blew my mind, it blew me away. And the Spanish fans, the Spanish mentality all over the world. When we go to South America, it's always like, wow, it's like, what metal means to me. It's like a lifestyle. Everybody is like totally into metal. It's it will stay forever, that loyalty. It's so much, oh man, it's like, I think it's the deepest, most honest, loving feeling, and I know it will never ever change. It's something so solid. I love that. That's why I'm a metalhead. I'm a metalhead myself, so
escuchen lo que dice Doro acerca de la frase que le hemos preguntado en el tema For Himmer. Ahí escuchen. Esa es la parte interesante. Ahí está, escuchen, en español. Ahí viene.
Hay una promesa en el sonido.
Dice ella de que ha sido que cuando estuvieron de gira con Judas Priest en el 86, precisamente estaba buscando algunas ideas para combinarlo para los fans en España. Combinar esa frase muy importante en la música, como lo fue For Himmer. Y que de repente cuando escucharon aquella traducción, cuando hicieron la traducción del alemán, del inglés al español, quedó muy perfecto, y cuando la cantó, pues tuvo una reacción tan abrumadora de los fans que fue muy mágico, muy especial, y que pues For Himmer prácticamente es un himno dentro de toda la historia que marca Doro, y que por supuesto Warlock ha sido el culpable de toda esta creación, y que Doro, pues por supuesto, Doro y Warlock tienen una historia muy interesante. Doro, keep the promise in the mantenemos la promesa del sonido en todo el mundo. We keep the promise of sound around the world. Unites with you.
Oh yes, that would be awesome. That's like, the promise is like, you are always deep inside my heart, für immer, para. So that's why I say it, and I love when the fans are singing it, like, it's like, always get chills, like big goosebumps, and like, it's so,
my
best feeling in the world.
Okay, my friend Gaby Morales from Tegucigalpa, Honduras. She's a singer of a metal band called the Alferdam. Greetings for the metal queen Doro. Great program, great interview. Congratulations, Doro.
Oh, thank you so much. All the best, back, and I can't wait to come to Honduras and to play live and to see everybody, and and to rock as hard as we can. And
oh my God!
So
see, if you come to Honduras, all the fans bows and say, "Long live the metal queen." You are you are beautiful person. You are you have a beautiful voice. Your presence in a stage is magic.
Thank you. Oh, Johnny, thank you so much. That moves me to tears. Thank you so much. And I guess I'm just born to make people happy. I think, and I always want to try and give my best, as long as I can, as long as the people want to hear it and see it, and I tell you, we never ever want to do a goodbye tour, never ever. I do it till the day I die, as long as the fans, are into it, yeah.
Of course, for me, I am happy to talk to you, and of course, my skins had goosebumps when you talk when I'm talking with you in this live interview.
Oh, that's nice. Wow, that's great.
Doro, let's talk about the next question. A curiosity for all the fans who follow over the years. You have two special elements. While one hand, the music, and of course, the other hand, the beautiful covers where you appear, creating a visual appeal. Many fans around the world falls in love with you because the voice and of course your beauty. Covers like 3D Years, the new cover of the DVD, Fight, Warrior Soul, all examples, especially for the work of the great Joakim Brodén. Had you a special gift for the fans who spread your admiration and love?
The fans, they are the most important thing in my life, always were, and they always will be, and and whatever is like the best what I can give to the fans. And on the album covers we always have like this artist Jeffrey Gillespie. He always paints like he actually paints me much better than I look in nature. But I think it is metal, and and that you have like a world where you can totally dream and go into another world, like into the metal world. So I hope I understood that question right.
Sorry for the question. For me, it's a very interesting thing about your career, especially for the covers. Many fans around the world, here in Latin America, expressed to me when I announced the interview, "Oh my God, Doro is my platonic love."
Oh, that's nice, but I feel the same. I feel the same towards the fans. I feel we are definitely, deeply connected, and and I think I'm here to make people happy, and I have no private life. I never got married. I don't have kids. I don't have a family, and because I love the fans. Usually I know many people, in person, but the fans as a unit, that's what I'm here for. I guess that's what I live for. That's and what drives me too, or what always gives me inspiration, motivation. How it doesn't matter how hard it is, but it is. This love goes definitely back and forth. Yeah.
Ok, escuchen lo que dicen fans de Doro, escuchen lo que ella dice. Pues cuando le hemos preguntado acerca de si, por ejemplo, muchos fans se le han acercado expresándole su devoción y quizás hasta si se puede decirle palabras dulces a ella, dice de que se siente muy motivada, es que es una muestra muy especial de los fans. Eso es muy motivante, de que se dé esa conexión muy especial con los fans, poder atender desde el primero hasta el último. Y por supuesto, pues siempre ha tenido detalles muy especiales de parte de ellos, que tiene, pues, si se puede decir, mucha base de fans alrededor del mundo. Así que pues por ahí mi querida Gaby Morales estará muy feliz escuchando esta interesante entrevista. Carmen Campillo Dávila from Spain, and of course Verónica Santiago sends greeting for you. These girls are happy listening this live interview, my dear Doro.
Oh, Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Big hugs, big kisses out to them, and more metal power. And it's wow, it's so nice when everybody says hello. I'm so touched by it. Only.
Yes. The next question, my dear Doro. Your career, you got the name, or many fans calls you the Queen of Metal. Many women will sing in many metal bands around the world, looks in you, the woman who broke the mold in a metal scene dominated by men, and of course the man who sings in many bands got the respect and admiration to you on stage. What is your perception about the woman in the world metal scene today?
Oh, I think it's in the 80s I was pretty lonely. There were like maybe 10 women doing it, and I think now it has a great balance. So many great female singers in all kinds of metal genres, from traditional metal to death metal to symphonic metal. I think so many great voices, great personalities, great musicians, and I think it's awesome, and it's a much better balance. And I think, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, just do what you love. And I feel it's great. So many great, powerful women doing it, and I think it's I tell you, one festival I did, it was in the 80s, and I think it was the Monsters of Rock Festival in Castle Donington, England, and there were thousands of people there, and then there were like hundreds of people backstage, and I was the only girl, and I thought, wow, on one hand it's great, on the other hand it was so lonely. So now, when I'm going to festivals, there are many great female musicians out there, and we talk. I usually have always a great friendship, great relationship with all like the female musicians or singers, and it makes me feel so happy, and it's great. And I never actually, when I started music, I was not even thinking about that I was a woman. I just did it, I think metal is above that. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what sex you are. I think, you just, whatever's in your heart, that's important. But now I think it is much nicer, so much more balanced. And I see so many more newcomer bands with female musicians or singers. It's awesome. I think it's awesome, and I think it's excellent, and
Yes, it's very awesome you stance about this question. Dice ella de que se siente muy admirada y que por supuesto pues agradece a todas estas generaciones de vocalistas femeninas durante estos últimos años, de que miren en ella como un punto principal para iniciar pues esta carrera dentro del metal, que las mujeres pues miran en Doro pues como la influencia principal, y que gracias a ella pues hay mucha variedad de bandas, metal gótico, metal sinfónico y de otras vertientes. Hay voces con mucha personalidad, y a criterio de ella pues es muy genial ver una gran cantidad de mujeres que estén cantando en los diferentes escenarios del planeta. Por supuesto, comparte que ha vivido un recuerdo del festival, del mítico festival de Donington, de que cuando los fans comenzaron a ver la presentación de Doro, tanto se quedaron admirados de que cuando vieron la figura de ella solamente al frente de una banda, esto estaba indicando de que hay cambios dentro de la escena, o que era el inicio de muchos cambios en escena, y que por supuesto pues muchas mujeres estarán dando de las gracias a Doro Pesch por todo este importante e histórico logro dentro de la escena del metal mundial. Es lo que nos dice nuestra queridísima invitada, una invitada de honor que tenemos aquí en Conexión Rock Radio, como lo es Doro Pesch. Doro, the next question, two names would the fans have the high respect and reverence in the worldwide metal scene, and of course I had the same feeling. Ronnie James Dio and of course Lemmy Kilmister. What memories have you of these two great musicians?
Oh, I tell you, both of them, they were my closest friends, my dearest friends, and actually with Ronnie James Dio, we toured the first time in '87. That was after the Triumph and Agony album, and we had a great tour, and we became friends. But we didn't have so deep conversations because that tour, it was like a big tour, and the headliner usually they travel like with their own tour buses, but it was great. It was fantastic. And then there was another tour in America. It was actually in 2000, and the nice thing about was, in America, when grunge made it so big, then all the heavy metal bands, they had it really hard, like, to survive. And then I did, like, the version of Egypt, like Ronnie James Dio song, Egypt, The Chains Are On.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in 1999. And then somebody said, hey, do you want to go to the album release party of Ronnie James Dio's Magica album? And I said, oh yes, I would love that. So I went there. It was in New York City, and then I met Ronnie again. I said, hey, congratulations to a new record, and I loved it. It was a listening party, and he said, oh, Doro, that's very nice that you say that, but I want to tell you, I love your version of Egypt, The Chains Are On. And he said, I think it's awesome. I always play it on, when I can choose a song when I'm on radio. And I said, really, you love it? And it meant so much to me. So a couple of months later, our record was finished. It was the Calling the Wild record, and I did one interview with the radio station. It was KNAC in America, and the lady, she said, so do you have any touring plans behind this record? And I said, yeah, I don't know yet, but I would like to do a club tour, or I would like to open up for somebody. And she said, who would be your dream, to open up for? And I said, oh, my dream would be Ronnie James Dio. And she said, no way. She said, you know what, he is calling in to have another interview in 1 hour. Shall I mention it to him? And I said, okay, yes, why not? So, to make a long story short, a couple of weeks later, we were on tour together, and it was the nicest tour I've ever did. And before, people said, we don't know if it will be like selling, if the venues will be, crowded. And I said, I know it will be great. And then we were where every gig was sold out, and there we became so great friends, and we had like the greatest conversations, and then the last couple of gigs in Florida, he always got me up on stage, like when he did the encores, and I was watching every show from the side. And then one time he went off the stage, and I thought, wow, where is he going? And my band, they were looking at me, and they were kind of smiling at me, and I said, are you guys knowing something? I don't. And I said, yeah, look. And then Ronnie James Dio came back with a second microphone, and he handed it to me. He said, okay, Doro, let's sing all the encores together. And I said, Ronnie, I don't know the lyrics. I don't know. He said, that doesn't matter. Just let's, And then he put his arm around me, and then we sang all the last 3-4 songs together, arm in arm. The fans had a blast. We had a blast. It was great. And there we became actually great friends. And I had the best conversations, and it was really a deep, deep friendship, which started in '87, but it was not as deep. And then in 2000, and then we always had got to talk, or I visited him at concerts, or he came to our concert, and actually we were planning on doing more stuff together. He said there was a duet in the making for Magica 2 and Magica 3 album. Some journalists told me, but unfortunately it didn't happen anymore. And I was totally shocked that that he didn't survive. I had the feeling he was doing good and stuff. I heard his health was getting better and better when he had cancer, but then it was a total shock. I couldn't talk for 2 weeks after I heard that Ronnie left, and the same with Lemmy. Actually, I'm devastated. I can't believe that Ronnie and Lemmy are not anymore with us here. It's but with Lemmy, he was my second best friend in the music, and he one time, he honestly saved my life. It's okay, I make it short. I don't want to bore you guys. It was in 2000 as well. It was actually on that tour we did with Ronnie James Dio. My dad, he became really sick and he died, and my dad was my best friend, biggest supporter, and I couldn't get over it. And then actually I got a phone call from Lemmy, and Lemmy said, hey, how about we do something together in the studio? And I said, Lemmy, you know what, my dad just died yesterday. And I said, I'm so devastated, I don't even know how to go on. Then he said, Doro, you gotta come to LA, let's do something, and I will definitely, yeah, we will do something nice, and it's worth to live longer, don't give up. So I went to LA, and then when we did we did 2 songs together, Love Me Forever, the Motorhead classic, and Alone Again, and he actually saved my life. He was an angel to me because I was so sad, and if it wouldn't be for Lemmy, I don't know. It was really a very rough time, so I owe it to Lemmy that, he brought back new life, breathed back new life into me, and and make me think of all the good things in life, of the music, of the fans, and it was a big deal for me back then, and which I will never ever forget.
Oh my God, it's a big history in these two great persons like Dio and Lemmy. Please make the translation. Wow. Escuchen, amigos, lo voy a resumir rápido porque ella ha hablado de muchas cosas muy interesantes. Dice que tener recuerdos muy gratos tanto de Dio como de Lemmy son tesoros muy importantes en la amistad que han tenido en vida. Han sido 2 momentos muy difíciles cuando ambos personajes pues fallecieron. Pues como ustedes saben, pues Dio murió de cáncer, de igual forma Lemmy. Y que por supuesto de los recuerdos muy especiales que ha tenido con Dio, pues gracias a él se dio a conocer en América con el álbum Truman Agony, que por supuesto pues tuvieron muchas conversaciones, giraron mucho, compartieron muchas anécdotas, estuvo de invitada para el álbum Magica, y por supuesto pues él tuvo bastante soporte cuando ella estaba promoviendo en Estados Unidos el álbum Calling the Wild, que han tenido pues mucha comunicación, se han estado compartiendo elogios, triunfos, y por supuesto pues es algo muy especial. Con Lemmy pues es otro asunto que también mantiene muchos recuerdos. Ella ha dicho pues de que girar con Lemmy ha sido de las experiencias más especiales, mágicas y muy regocijantes, si se puede decir, en un plano general, que le han llenado mucho la vida de cómo pues ella se ha estado moviendo en giras, y que prácticamente en donde quiera que ellos estén, tanto Dio como Lemmy, estarán muy orgullosos del trabajo que está haciendo Doro Pesch aquí en la tierra. The next question, my dear Doro. In this 30th anniversary tour, the fans on Central and Latin America, we had the chance to see you live in a coming tour.
Yes, definitely next year, and with a new album, and I hope that I can write more great anthems, like for example All We Are, or Raise Your Fist, or Deep Inside My Heart für immer. I definitely want to tour next year all over, and I love playing South America and all over. Sometimes it's hard to find the right promoter that somebody books us there, so but I definitely, and Honduras, I tell you, I think it's a sign that we had this interview now. I definitely want to come and and want to show the people the live stuff. Your life is always better, the DVD, the CD, it can't compare. So we definitely try our best that we will come next year, and I'm so excited, and I will make up for all these years where we haven't played there, and I know it will be awesome. It will be probably mind-blowing for everybody, for me, my band, the fans, the road crew. It's
Of course.
Can't wait, yeah.
Of course. Dice Doro, ya estoy metiéndome ya con Dio, por favor. Dice Doro que pues espera algún día cruzar caminos aquí en Centro y Latinoamérica. Que esperemos quizás el próximo año que las oportunidades se puedan dar y que los promotores estén muy atentos sobre las fechas que ella pues va a estar anunciando junto con su equipo de managers. Le encanta tocar precisamente más en nuestras latitudes. quizás algún día no muy lejano pueda tocar aquí en Honduras o en otro país de Centroamérica, y que por supuesto será un gran honor llevar la música y el legado de Doro a nuestras latitudes. Si no, pues mi amigo Oscar Montoya, ya está contestada tu pregunta, y por supuesto de nuevo las disculpas. La parte cuando mencionó Dio y Lemmy para mí ha sido chocante, porque no sé, las palabras que ella se ha expresado de ellos son muy profundas, y que quizás que alguien que ha seguido pues estos dos personajes, quizás yo creo que ha sentido pues quizás esa misma sensación de que cuando ella se expresa así, le pega en el corazón. Wow, es muy muy fuerte. Doro, some words wants to dedicate to the fans in Latin America, Spain, rest of the world who listen this special, very special interview with you.
Yes, my dear metal heads, metal fans, I love you with all my heart. I always have, I always will, and keep on rocking and stay metal, and amigos para siempre, os quiero forever, and I hope I will see you very soon, and I wish everybody the absolute best. Stay metal. I think metalheads are the best people in the world because their heart is in the right place. They feel something, you know, they have a very sensitive soul. I love that, and I'm proud to be a member of the metal family, and una gran familia de heavy metal. I love you guys, and I hope I see you very soon, and all the best, and thank you so very much for all this great support in all these great years, and and stay healthy, and stay metal.
Yes, dice ella de que se siente muy agradecida con todo el apoyo, y por supuesto que los fans de todo el mundo pues estén ahí siguiéndola momento a momento en sus conciertos, y que por supuesto esperan muy pronto verlos en un concierto y disfrutar de los mejores temas, y que por supuesto dice que los fans son las mejores personas en el mundo, que sin ellos pues las cosas no serían posibles, y que se siente muy orgullosa de que mire a muchos rockeros y metaleros como una hermandad unida, y que está muy pero muy agradecida. Doro, a final question. In one word, on one phrase, how could define the legacy of Doro in the worldwide metal scene?
Oh, that's hard to say. Oh God, well, I will always give my best, and I hope that that we will rock on forever, and I love metal, I always have, and I owe it all to the great metal fans and to the great, supporters, so, I think that's what metal is all about, to stay together, believe in one another, and and be the closest friends, and I'm so happy that I can do what we love to do, and I want to go on forever if it's possible.
Yes. Dice Doro de que en una palabra o en una frase pues es muy difícil definirlo, pero ella que está aquí en la tierra dice que dará su mejor esfuerzo, porque hay muchas personas allá arriba en el cielo de que la están viendo, sus buenos amigos, y que aquí en la tierra, así como allá arriba, llega esa fuerza sónica en sus conciertos, hay esa conexión, hay una diversión entre el cielo y la tierra, y que por supuesto quiere seguir haciendo esto cuando Dios lo permita aquí en la tierra. Imagínense, y esta fue nuestra gran entrevista aquí en Conexión Rock Radio. Doro, thank you for your time, and of course my best wishes from Honduras, Central America in this anniversary tour, and of course yes.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a great interview. I had so much fun talking to you, and I definitely want to say hi to all the fans, and hope to see you all very soon. It was awesome to be on your show, and keep metal alive, and I will try my best to come up with great songs which everybody can totally rock out to. And it was awesome.